Good day everyone, we are the Group 3 and we're going to discuss Chapter 8, Creative Maths. In this chapter, you will focus on the importance of creative arts to the development of mathematical thinking. Consider the role of imaginative or dramatic play, story, song and rhyme, music and dance, and the visual arts in developing mathematical understanding. Explore the role of symbolic representation in mathematical understanding. The focus of this chapter will be the creative arts, the aspects highlighted in the area of learning and development known as creative development. This does not mean that creativity is limited to use of job creative media or that only the arts are creative. Mathematics and the science involves a great deal of creative thinking. However, the creative arts do have particular role to play in helping children and adults to symbolize their ideas. Like playing and talking, creative media offer another way of learning to think mathematically. Current understandings about the role that aspects of creative learning and development can play in supporting mathematical thinking and learning have evolved from a number of sources. Some of these are research-based, others are based on philosophical principles, since this is an aspect of mathematics that is gaining growing recognition. A rationale or explanation of the thinking on which it is based is shown below. This should serve as background information to the rest of the chapter. Reference for each aspect's area of research are given in Table 7.1 to enable you to follow up or challenge the ideas should you wish to do so. In summary, adopting creative approach to mathematical thinking and learning can therefore be justified in a number of ways. The development of narrative in story and play helps children to make sense of the world, including the mathematical world. Thinking and learning are not simply the domain of the brain or head. They may depend on a range of intelligence on physical action and emotional engagement or motivation. Using music, dance, painting, drawing, and modeling allows children to think in a variety of ways. In addition to spoken language, imaginative play, music and dance, stories and visual representations enable children to symbolize their understanding in a variety of ways, as suggested by the 100 Language of Children.
Creative approach to mathematics. Make-Believe Arts, a theater and education company based in South London, drew inspiration from the educational philosophy of Kieran Egan. Particularly is his assertion in 1988 that storytelling could be a powerful tool for teaching any subject, including mathematics. Building on this concept, they developed an innovative approach called dramatic mathematics, initially aimed at children in Key Stage 1. The core idea behind dramatic mathematics was to use storytelling and drama to teach various mathematical concepts to young children. They created a series of engaging stories and accompanying resources for teachers. Based on Egan's model, covering a wide range of topics within the Key Stage 1 mathematics curriculum, small groups of actors from Make-Believe Arts then visited schools and presented these stories to classes of children. Through these interactive and theatrical experiences, the children were not only entertained but also exposed to mathematical concepts in a memorable and engaging way. The success of dramatic mathematics demonstrated the effectiveness of integrating storytelling and drama into the teaching of mathematics. However, the directors of Make-Believe Arts recognized that for this approach to have a lasting impact, teachers needed to feel empowered to develop their own creative approaches to teaching math using storytelling and the arts. To address this need, Make-Believe Arts developed INSET, meaning In-Service Education and Training, sessions specifically designed to support teachers in the foundation and Key Stage 1. These sessions provided teachers with the skills and confidence to create their own stories and incorporate creative arts into their math curriculum. The rationale behind this approach was supported by research highlighting the importance of narrative in learning, particularly in the field of mathematics. Scholars like Devlin and Witten and Wild emphasize the role of storytelling in promoting mathematical understanding among students of all ages. Additionally, educationalists such as Shiro underscored the value of integrating narrative elements into math education at various levels from primary to secondary school. By empowering teachers to harness the power of storytelling and creative arts in teaching mathematics, make believe arts aim to not only enhance students' mathematical skills but also foster their imagination, engagement, and enjoyment of the subject. This holistic approach to math education exemplifies the transformative potential of innovative pedagogical methods rooted in the arts and storytelling. That's all. Thanks for listening.
Continuation of theoretical rationale for adopting creative approach to mathematics. Importance of a range of interdependent multiple intelligence. Howard Gardner's work on multiple intelligences has been highly acclaimed since its initial publication early in the 1980s. His theory that humans have a number of different intelligences, including what he terms logical mathematical intelligence. Logical mathematical intelligence excel in reasoning, problem solving, and mathematical operations. It's important to know about the range of interdependent multiple intelligence. It's important to know about the range of interdependence multiple intelligence because it helps with teamwork in the workplace, teaching strategies in education, problem solving, personal development and self-reflection, and environmental conservation efforts. Increased understanding of the role of physicality in learning. Since the publication of Gardner's first book on the subject, neuroscientific research has increasingly underlined the importance of physical aspects of learning. Some studies highlighted the importance of physical action in infancy, but others have claimed a role for physicality in learning throughout life. Plus, educators have found that incorporating movements into math lessons can enhance understanding and retention. For example, students might use their bodies to present mathematical concepts such as jumping to demonstrate addition or subtraction, or using hand gestures to visualize geometric shapes and angles. Increased understanding of the role of emotions in learning. Again, it was Gardner who drew attention to the importance of emotional and social aspects of learning and development, intrapersonal and interpersonal intelligences. Daniel Goleman took this up, and it is his term emotional intelligence that has been so influential in many aspects of public consciousness over the past 10 years. Neuroscientific evidence increasingly support the close relationship between social and emotional well-being and learning. Emotion affects the learning. Positive emotion enhance memory, anxiety and stress hinders learning, emotional connection facilitates understanding, emotional regulation supports problem solving, and emotional safety promotes risk taking. Learning supported by symbolic representation of tools for thinking. Egan suggests that the most effective tools for thinking of symbolic representations are formed when working with young children are stories, songs, and rhyme. Regoff describes the way in which different cultures favor different tools for thinking. She goes on to explain how the tools for thinking that are selected shape the thinking itself. She gives us an example from mathematics. She writes that when mathematics is used for practical purposes, such as by vendors, carpenters, farmers, dieters, people seldom come up with nonsense results in their calculations. However, calculations in the context of schooling regularly produce some observed errors, but results that are impossible if the meaning of the problem being solved is considered. The use of symbolic representations, which early childhood practitioners are probably most familiar, occurs in Reggio Emilia, in northern Italy. The curriculum is based using a wide variety of forms of symbolic representation. Examples are music, dance, 2D and 3D art, and talking. The role of imagination in supporting abstract thought. Jenkinson reminds us that since imagination is innate, a feature of childhood everywhere, it must have a biological
Si Bilog nga daw.
Chandra explains the importance of metaphor, imagination, and creativity. As important as
Asa si Kuya Mark?
Kanino sa kasi?
Bumili sa Sanborns. Kanino to? Kay Krishna,
Clear mo yung ano mo.
Devlin,
Kay Krishna to, diba?
Tapos na lesson ka ni Krishna.
Walang ganyan si Krisha, te.
interest,
Bumili siya.
imagination,
Open. Try mag-open ang Chrome.
collaboration with children using adapting known books and stories, on promoting role play and problem solving, and on developing and modifying music, songs, and rhymes or poetry to reinforce the mathematical thinking in learning. Physical action, the use of imagination and symbolic representation, and the recognition that all learning involves emotional engagement, both negative and positive, are being more widely recognized as vital for all areas of learning and development, even on mathematics. My name is Samantha Del Moro Tineres, and thank you for listening.
The use of traditional stories such as Goldilocks and the Three Bears and Three Billy Goats graph can be a valuable tool in supporting mathematical thinking and learning in early childhood education. Role-playing these stories allows children to explore concepts like number, shape, space, and measures within the foundation stage provision. In addition to traditional stories, there are numerous books available that can aid in fostering mathematical thinking and learning among children. Table 7.2 provides some ideas for using narrative to support mathematical development, and resources like Helen Bromsley and Featherstone's book After Further Insight. It is essential for educators not to overlook the stories created by children themselves. Vivian Guzmin has emphasized the significance of children's self-generated stories, basing her curriculum in the analysis of 89 out of 128 stories told and transcribed by children. These stories are then acted out by peers, leading to mathematical discussion and deeper understanding of mathematical concepts, while Guzmin work primarily focused on social and emotional development. Children's stories often reveal their interest in time sequence and other mathematical elements. Magandang buhay mga bata! Handa na ba kayong makinig sa aking kwento? Ang pamagat ng ating kwento ay sila 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Isang araw, nagtungo ang magkakapatid na sila 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sa isang pamilihan. Sila ay mamimili ng handa ng kanilang ina. Ngunit sa hindi inaasahan, sila ay nagkahiwalay-hiwalay dahil lahat sila ay naaliw sa isang parada. Lumingon-lingon sila 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at nagbabakasakali silang matanaw nila ang bawat isa. Ngunit hindi nila ito matagpuan. Napaisip naman ng paraan si Uno para makita niya ang kanyang mga kapatid. Sumigaw siya ng 2 ng napakalakas at paulit-ulit. Narinig naman ito ni 2. Sinundan niya ang tinik kung saan nanggagaling hanggang matagpuan niya si Uno. Niyakap naman ito agad ni Uno. Tinanong ni Uno kay Dos kung kasama niya ba ang iba nilang kapatid. Ngunit sumagot naman si Dos at sinabing hindi ko sila kasama. At agad naman sumagot si Uno. Sumigaw na lang tayo upang marinig nila tayo. Sumigaw sila ng 3 ng napakalakas at paulit-ulit. Narinig naman ito ni 3. Sinundan niya ang tinig kung saan nanggagaling hanggang sa matagpuan niya sila 1 at 2. Niyakap naman nila ito. At sumigaw ulit sila ng 4 ng napakalakas at paulit-ulit. At narinig naman ito ni 4. Sinundan niya ang tinig kung saan nanggagaling at natagpuan niya sila 1, 2, 3. Sila ay nagyakapan. At ang panghuli naman, sumigaw sila ng napakalakas at paulit-ulit na 5. Hanggang si 5 ay narinig niya ang tinig at sinundan niya kung saan ito nanggagaling. At natagpuan niya sila 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sila ay masaya dahil nakita nila ang bawat isa. Sila ay nagpatuloy mamili at masayang umuwi. Dito na nagkatapos ang ating kwento.
The story paints the complexity that may hinder the emergence of mathematical learning in the mathematical meaning, and the discrepancies found in the history are not brought to the forefront and explored. Despite these challenges, we strongly encourage teachers to use narrative for the pedagogical purposes, not least because of the coherence and interrelationship between concepts that are enabled to the narrative. Visual props may be used to illustrate this mathematics. For example, series of chairs in 3 different sizes. In our observation, children direct their attention primarily to the visual props, which often are contrastive in meaning in relation to the verbal story, as in Goldilocks. A teacher would not have noticed the illogical structure of the narrative will be not elaborate with the children, resulting in the mathematical concept becoming difficult for the children to discern. However, being aware of the discrepancies between visual series and narrative may open up many learning opportunities and exploration of mathematical meaning together with the children in early childhood education, as the contrast in series can be compared, explored, and meaning of series learned. To summarize, using story for the pedagogical purposes is not simple but fun and well-solved matter.
Music and mathematics. So I have here 6 reasons why the 2 areas of learning, music and mathematics, should be linked. First, we all know that music sets the moods of an early childhood students to engage in some activities and help toddlers to be motivated also. Number 1, music supports memory. Music has been recognized as supporting memory, making it a valuable tool in educational settings. Beyond simple counting songs, music can be adapted and modified to cover various mathematical concepts, including problem solving, reasoning, and numeracy. By incorporating mathematical content into songs, children can learn and remember mathematical concepts more effectively. Paggamit natin ng mathematical content into songs, mas madaling matatandaan at matututunan ng isang bata yung mathematical concept. Example, ako bilang early childhood teacher, gagamit ako ng kanta with catchy tune and repetitive lyrics na tungkol sa counting or addition na mas madaling matatandaan ng mga bata. For example, yung kanta na 10 Little Indians.
1 little, 2 little, 3 little Indians, 4 little, 5 little, 6 little Indians, 7 little, 8 little, 9 little Indians, 10 little Indian boys, 10 little, 9 little, 8 little Indians, 7 little, 6 little, 5 little Indians, 4 little, 3 little, 2 Indians boy.
Number 2, development of mathematical vocabulary. Songs can also support the development of mathematical vocabulary by providing children with ready-made phrases and ideas that they can use in play and conversation. Through exposure to mathematical terms and concepts in musical contexts, children can become more familiar with mathematical language and better understand mathematical ideas. For example, a preschool teacher uses a song about shapes and their attributes, like the shape song, to introduce geometric terms such as circle, square, triangle, and rectangle. Children sing along and learn the names and characteristics of different shapes.
Tatsulok, parisukat parihaba, parisukat parihaba, biluhaba, biluhaba, bilog, 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 tatsulok, tatsulok, parisukat parihaba, parisukat parihaba, biluhaba.
Number 3, mathematical opportunities with musical instruments. The use of musical instruments presents additional mathematical opportunities. Instruments of different sizes and shapes, as well as those that produce sounds in various ways, like blowing, plucking, banging, and shaking, offer opportunities for both musical and mathematical exploration. For example, pitch instruments like xylophones demonstrate the relationship between size and pitch, with the smaller notes producing higher sound. Another example, in a music class, children explore the relationship between size and pitch using xylophones of varying lengths. They observe that shorter xylophone bars produce higher pitch sounds, while longer bars produce lower pitch sound. Number 4, exploring mathematical concepts through music. Music and mathematics share vocabulary related to concepts such as long and short, high and low. Exploring these concepts in both contexts can stimulate children's understanding and discussion of mathematical ideas. For instance, discussing how a high note in music refers to a small note, while a high number is a large one, can prompt critical thinking and curiosity among children. For example, during a music lesson, children learn a song about opposites, including concepts like big and small and high and low. The teacher encourages discussion about how this concept apply in both music and mathematics. Number 5, commonality in patterns. Music and mathematics are commonly linked because they both involve patterns. Symmetry, structure, repetition, and cyclical elements are common to both disciplines. By engaging with patterns in music, children can develop a deeper understanding of mathematical concepts related to patterns and sequences. For example, in a math activity, children create patterns using colored blocks. The teacher then plays a musical sequence with different rhythms and asks children to identify the patterns in the music, reinforcing the concept of patterns across disciplines. Number 6, playful approach to mathematics. Singing, dancing, and music making can make mathematics more playful and enjoyable for children. While mathematics learning is often seen as serious and structured, incorporating music into mathematical activities can add an element of fun and creativity, making mathematical concepts more accessible and engaging for children. For example, a teacher incorporates rhythm and movements into a math lesson by leading children in a math dance, where they can clap and stomp to represent addition and subtraction equations. The interactive and playful nature of the activity makes learning math more enjoyable for the children.
May tatlong libre akong nakita, mataba, mapayat mga bibig, ngunit ang may pakpak sa likod ay iisa. Siyang leader na nagsabi ng kwak, 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 kwak. Siyang leader na nagsabi ng kwak, kwak. Tayo na sa ilog ang sabi. Kumendeng ang mga bibig. Ngunit ang may pakpak sa likod ay iisa. Siyang leader na nagsabi ng kwak, 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 kwak.
In summary, linking music and mathematics not only supports memory, vocabulary development, and mathematical exploration, but also encourages a playful and enjoyable approach to learning mathematics. By integrating music into mathematical activities, educators can create dynamic and engaging learning experiences that foster children's mathematical understanding and appreciation.
Visual arts and mathematics. Visual arts and mathematics are offering kids or children in chances to learn math in creative ways. For example, working with clay help them understand how shape and size change, while printing help them grasp concept in perimeter and area. Children's drawings and marks, whether with paints or pencil, also carry meaning and can give insight into their thoughts or thinking. Researchers like Woodenton and Corraders believe that children's art making can shape their mathematical understanding, comparing it to being bilingual in math. They argued that children needs to translate between math language and everyday language, just like people in Ringo Emilia do, by expressing ideas through different form like drawing or imaginative play. Researchers suggest that understanding these marks is crucial for math development as it is for literacy. They compare children ability to understand both math at school and their home language to being bilingual. They called it binumeracy. Learning to switch between everyday language and math language is like translation, and like in Ringo Emilia, it's vital to children to express their ideas in different ways.